Hello traders out there in Traderland. My name's Des here at Grok Trade on Tuesday, April 3rd, 2012. Ooh, what a choppy day we had in the markets today. Dow down 65 points, down 0.5%. S&P down 0.4%. The Nasdaq down 0.2%. Doing the best out of the group. Apple did fairly well today, holding up technicals, and you had the Russells down 0.7%. Banks down 0.26%, so faring fairly well compared to the others. VIX just down a little bit, not much, down 0.13%. Gold down a bunch though here. Commodities took a hit today. We have gold down 1.9%, silver down 1.25%, and crude oil down almost a full percent. US dollar rallies strong, up 0.75%, which really put a lot of pressure on today's market here. And today, I don't know how many of you guys are intraday traders, but as day traders, we saw some big movement out of the markets after the Fed talked at just after 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, and left a lot of traders less optimistic that the central bank will be taking any additional measures to boost the U.S. economy here. So, but we come rallying back fairly strong, boomed back to the upside to end out the session. I mean, the last half hour of the day was really bullish, rallying back up. But this is a key area. Now watch this. I made two of these trend lines purple because these are last two swing lows, last two swing highs. We failed to hit this purple line again. You hit once, twice. We failed to hit it. Relative weakness. Today we went down. I was so close to pull the trigger on the short side here because it was looking really bearish, coming down, 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 down. However, we rallied back up, so I held off being bearish. Still in this consolidation choppiness heading sideways. I'm still in cash right now because we have on the bigger scale here, the two blue lines, they do converge onto each other. So we have an uptrend, but these two blue lines, they go back here a ways, and I'll show this to you. Go way back here. You know, so support, come up here, support, but these two blue lines are converging. So on the big picture, you have a falling wedge or a rising wedge. The two purple lines here, they are even a tighter and more defined rising wedge within the rising wedge. Now let's take a look at this green line. Support, support, resistance. We hit resistance, and today we're dropping. Now, if the markets do decide to shoot back up, an area of major resistance will be 1426. That's why I have it noted here, because it has this purple line coming higher, this line coming up, and they intersect right there, which is 1426 area. So if we do pop up there, we'll be looking at that as a major area of resistance. But the bottom line is just focus on these two purple lines here. We still remain within this rising wedge. If I go here to the MACD, we're heading higher here, but the MACD is heading lower. So we have a bearish divergence in the confines of a rising wedge formation. That is very bearish, so it's something to be keeping an eye on. Now let's take a quick look at the Dow. The Dow, we closed below a major trend line. Now if I go here to a line chart, we go way back here, support, go up, support, support, support. I could almost do that, but see how we broke below it? We broke below that line just a smidgen, not by much, so that'd be interesting to see. We have an ascending triangle, which is more bullish than it is bearish, but it's within the confines of a major rising wedge. So you have two patterns, one bullish, sitting triangle, another bearish, which is a rising wedge, inside each other, but it's having a hard time getting off this support level. So it's showing a relative weakness, finding support at the rising 20-day moving average. Now on the Nasdaq, we pop up, we're just building a high base, which is bullish. We have a bearish divergence taking place on the MACD, which is bearish. And on the Russells, we had this triangle, it broke down, now it's acting as resistance. We're on the wrong side of this support line, which is now acting as resistance. And let's take a look here. Apple really pulled itself up off this floor. Boom, headed right back up, making yet another high, even in the face of this big bearish divergence. So anyway, it's hard to fight against those fundamentals, looking good. But let's take a look at gold. Gold took a major nosedive here. Clean this up a little bit. Major nosedive. We're down below now all major moving averages, and this would be something that should not be boding too well here. And it happened on some nice volume to boot. Let's take a look here at the financials. Looking at the banks. The banks here are building this high base. It looks a lot like the NASDAQ does right now. So if the banks can break out of this high base, that will be bullish for the market. So I'll have to pay attention to what's taking place here. So stay tuned. We will keep you on path and, to the very best of technical analysis. So thank you for being a part, and wish you the very best out there in the markets.